Hey data fans, Reed here. Today I'm doing a follow-up video from last week where I showed you how to use visual calcs to be able to anchor and show a comparison value via the error bar function and feature in Power BI to any of the values across a time period. Now, as you can see in front of us here, I'm doing something where I've upgraded that as well to also using just visual calcs in addition to the base calculation, be able to actually show either red or green for comparison, whether or not essentially you're either above or below water for those comparative purposes. So essentially add color formatting when it passes above or below that comparison threshold. So I'll show you basically how to section that out, add a few visual calcs to do this, and again, leverage the error bars. So let's go ahead, hop into Power BI and get started. So to start the conversation, as always, I'll just quickly walk through what the result is. In this case, what I have is essentially the same as I did in the other week with the video where we just have these comparative lines, but I wanted to add some additional calculations into here to allow it to be able to change binarily between two different colors depending on if it was above the threshold or below the threshold. In this case, I'm just going with red and green for those. And as you've seen from last week, there's also those comparatives in here that shows the values in here and whether or not it's a negative or a positive percentages or any of those other variance numbers just in the tooltips themselves. So what we ended up doing actually is anchoring this to a separate marker for positive and negative to base those error bars off of. So we'll go ahead and walk through that together. So we're going to come here, come to this visual, and we're going to add some visual calculations into here. So I'm going to edit this one and rename this essentially, let's just call this the baseline. And this is eventually going to get hidden. So one thing we don't need, just to go ahead and bring this into there, is I don't need the error bars off of my baseline anymore. I do need this line, but this is going to be the starter point for it. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to hide this one entirely in here. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to add a visual calc that will specifically be for only positive only or negative only. So I'm just going to paste this into here just because I have the calculation, but this base that's in here will become the baseline. There we are, baseline. So basically, if the baseline is greater than sales, show the baseline, otherwise blank. So that's going to be my positive one. And then the negative one will be less than or equal to. So that's going to go into here. Notice how it only shows when it's in the positive section. And we're going to do that once again. We're going to come into here. And by the way, it's, as you've seen, showing the baseline for the comparative purposes. But see where it's only showing here now. It's not showing where it's below the water. So I'm going to grab that, and I'm just going to repeat the pattern, add a data point. We're going to swap it out for the minus, and that's going to be less than or equal to. Set that into there. There we go. There's the other ones. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come over to markers because the line colors are turned off. So that doesn't actually matter. We're going to go to plus and color this here. I believe this should be, yes, that would be the red because this is a positive one where it's below that. And that's, in this case, I'm saying this is a bad thing. We want it to be above. So these are going to get colored red. We're going to go to negative. We're going to color those green. There we are, because we're either equal to or past it. So that's the indicator that we want there. And now we're going to go over to error bars, and we're going to go ahead and turn that on for this one. And we're going to base it off of the original sales value. So place that into the upper bound here. There we are. Let's do a little bit of cleanup, and I'll finish it up just also by turning it off the negative and putting sales into there. There we are. But also we want to make sure the lines match the marker. So we're going to come in, turn off the marker itself. The bar will be green for that one. The plus will be red. And then again, we want to turn off the marker for that. There we go. Now close this down, come back to the report here. And now we basically have those indicators where it's colored. And again, the only calculation of the model that I had to use was sales, because the rest of these are essentially the visual calculations that I'm putting into here, with that base one now being hidden. That's the one to start with. I hid that and then added these two conditional ones that anchored the error bars to that, with the end result being basically what we've seen here, where you have the error bars into there. I also just, for a little bit of extra design, added some color formatting for the bar itself, just to give a bit of a bar gradient. But with that combined, I think it adds even more value that you can have for this visual calculation comparison and get you closer to proper variance bars, integrated variance bars that you can have with these to be able to show those. Now, the last thing that I'll just mention as a little bit of a technique for one more upgrade in here. Now, if you'd prefer instead to have the markers entirely turned off and you would just prefer bars, we can actually go to this, turn that off here, turn that off there. And if you wanted to instead, your error bars, you could actually make them a bit bigger and just make the bar itself, let's say, up to 10 wide and go to the other one, same thing. So depending on your design choice, you could use something similar to this to show the error bars as well. I rather like the lollipop type design of a marker plus the line to indicate the error bars, but you could do something like this as well. Both achieve a similar result, but it just depends on the design methodology you'd like to put into it. But otherwise, again, hopefully this upgrade was something useful for you. As always, questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions for future videos, drop that into the comment section down below. Also, a link to my previous video is down in the description for the one where I essentially showed you the first process for making this before we applied the color formatting. So that's also down in the description. Check out some of my related content here in the upper left, and liking, commenting, subscribing helps the channel grow. So hopefully some of you get an opportunity to do that. But otherwise, with that being said, you know what that means? I will see you in my next video.